Good evening, everyone. So before we start the debate, I would like to ask all of the debaters to state your name and your position, starting from the government side.
Hi, I'm Shasha, the Prime Minister.
Hi, I'm Fatiha, the Deputy Prime Minister.
Hello, I'm Fikri, the Muslim.
So now we move on to the opposition side.
Mana camera? Tak buka camera. Sorry. Hi, my name is Rebuttal and I'm going to be the first speaker of the opposition team.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Maya Mitiramli and I will be the second speaker of the opposition team.
Hi, my name is Alia Binti Jeffrizan and I am the third speaker of the opposition team.
All right, the House will come to order. I am pleased to welcome you all to this semi-final round of USIM Vice Chancellor Debate Championship 2022. I would like to remind the members of the board they may only raise points of information in the constructive speech and only up to the first minute and before the last minute of speech. Also, please ensure that your internet connection is stable and your voice is audible. Are there any inquiries before we start? Okay, so with that, I call upon the Prime Minister to deliver the speech. The floor is yours.
Wait a sec. And could you please spin the timer so that I can see what I want to the time. Thank you. Starting in 3, 2, 1. The crisis we face about truth and reliable facts is predicted less on the ability to get people to believe the wrong thing as it is on the ability to get people to doubt the right thing. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening I bid to the esteemed adjudicators, punctual timekeepers and my respected opponents and members of the floor. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this debate. So the motion given today is this House would make social media platform liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. So on our side, we are standing strong on this motion, and we will give our arguments in this and throughout our speeches. And we as today's proposition have structured our case as follow. I, as the Prime Minister, will lay down the foundation of the case and present one argument, which is social media is the primary source of news. And also my second speaker will rebut and elaborate on two arguments and build up her case. And secondly, and lastly, the third speaker will give his rebuttals and strengthen our case. So ladies and gentlemen, members of the floor, given the motion today, there are several prominent key points that determine the path of the debate today, which is firstly, liable, and which is firstly social media itself, and liable spread and spread of information and fake news. So what is actually social media? So social media is internet-based, can give users quick electronic communication of content such as personal information, documents, videos, and photos. So as users engage with social media via a computer, tablet, or smartphone via web-based software or applications. And liable is that we wanted to liable them on their ineffectiveness on controlling this fake news and misinformation that is going on in the digital world today. And spread is the uncontrollable of spread of news. And as we know, it is as fast as the wildfire. And the misinformation is news that is not true and could give bad effects to those who are affected. Okay, so our status quo for today is that, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what is going on nowadays, which we can observe that the fake news and misinformation are spreading like wildfire. We can see how the spread of misinformation during the pandemic were different kind of unreliable source on the ways to keep yourself from COVID-19 going on the society through social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. And this could harm the health of many parts of the society, especially to those who are not very tech savvy. And on the other hand, Facebook is and this is the reason, and these incidents can be seen as the indicators on how severe and grave the effects of this fake news and misinformation towards the stakeholders, which is the users, the society, and also the citizens, the netizens. So hence giving rise to this motion today and the urgency to debate on it. So ladies and gentlemen, our objective on the government side is we want to create a healthy environment in the digital world. And at the end of the debate, there are three things that we want to achieve, which are we want to encourage societies to spread truth news as best as possible. If we want to create that environment. And secondly, we want to elaborate a more positive, we want to celebrate a more positive journalism from the users of the social media. And third, we want to ensure that social media are paying great attention towards their users' right, especially those affected with the fake news and misinformation. And the burden coming from our side is simple, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to prove how, by labeling them, the fake news can be curbed little by little. And secondly, how, by doing this method, it could help the realization of the great impact of fake news in the society. And thirdly, how, by doing this, could help creating positive environment in the digital world. And with that, we would like the opposition team to prove to us how, by not making social media liable for the spread of fake news and information, could cater to the problem, which is the spread of fake news and information that is giving more harm than good. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me move on to the first arguments on our side, which is social media is a prominent source of news spread. The internet today could destroy the life of one person within a day. With every news spreaded, there will be reactions. The reaction could produce love enough to make someone's day, and at the same time, they could also generate anger and hate when people irrationally exercise their anger on the internet. Cyberbullying are respected. And this is and it's, if you can, like, generally speaking, the reason why the information produced by official news station can be safely consumed is due to the fact that there are protection during the news production. The production comes in many forms, such as journalists, code of conduct, concrete consequence of making of false information, law enforcement, while on the other hand, the news produced by people outside the official news station could have just violated some aspect in their news production, basically to just fulfilling their own interests. Therefore, in order to combat the existence of fake news, we have to heavily rely on society's rational capacity. So before I continue on elaborating my arguments, I would like to give my mechanism, which is as a solution to labeling the social media, several implementations should be taken to ensure the effectiveness of our site. So firstly, if one see the spreading of fake news and misinformation around around the social media without the social media themselves making little to no effort to prevent them getting more spread, and this is the indicator on what makes them liable. The Facebook is trying, for information, Facebook is, for example, Facebook is trying to shut down the and we are actually going to liable the social media that is not paying attention to their users, and we are actually liable those who are to the social media who are not are not making effort to save their users, because Facebook have the power to shut down the financial incentive for fakers. Its engineers have eliminated the ability for the fakers to create website that impersonate actual news site, for example, and the company will analyze sites that draw at dollars from Facebook traffic and will cut them off if they are in the midst of fake news fraud. So actually social media have the power to do this, and if they are not able to do so, then that is why we are going to liable them. So members of the floor, to recapitulate, let me reaffirm our side stand, which is to create a more diverse, a more safer digital world, and for all this reason, the motion must stand, and I've never been prouder to propose. Thank you.
Thank you to the Prime Minister for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Now, I would like to call upon the Leader of Opposition to deliver the speech. The floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to all the educators and members of the floor. So today, we from the opposition team would disagree with the motion today in which this house would this house would make social media platforms liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. With the sense of we, as the government, as the opposition team, believe that social media gives benefits to users if we keep it to the users, and we would lose its benefits if we keep on blaming them. First of all, I would like to agree with the definition given by the government team in for the social media and the label itself. Okay. So the government team has give us a question in which how would we from the opposition team would cater the problem of spreadingness of misinformation and fake news. So how we're going to combat this kind of thing, this kind of problem is that we can we can form a joint effort in which we can form an effort in which we combine the social media itself, social media developer itself, the government and the third-party researchers. What I mean by the third-party researchers is that it's not a hacker, but it's like the IT advances such as the IT advances. So how can we form this kind of joint effort? Is that the social media developer, the social media itself has the one who the details of the one who spread the misinformation, the fake news. So the government side have the details. It's not not the username or something like that, but it's the details such as their name, their IC number, their address, or something like that. And the third party researchers, which is the IT advancer, has details that is hard to find, that is hard to get, such as the background data, the fingerprint, and etc. So I think that would answer the question given by the government side. Okay. Also, I would refuse to agree with the motion because if we made the social media become liable, I think that the social media developer itself would be very discouraged to continue this social media platform because if we keep on blaming them, they will feel like okay, we just don't continue using this. So this the developer itself would just, I think it would they would ban this kind of social media. Also, the social media is just responsible for the entertainment and commercial purposes, as this social media allow people to keep in touch and build connection with others. So this social media give us many benefits, and if we ban this, we would lose the benefit instead. Okay, so I would like to would deliver what the second speaker of my team would be talking about. Is that she will be talking 2 points, which is the first one, we how we how we will the first point the first point for the second speaker of my team would talk about the how we would stop the spread of misinformation and the fake news immediately, and the second one is the social media is being used to keep in touch with people. Um okay, with that, I would like to restate that, and also I would like to mention the stakeholders for this motion is that for this problem is that the developer and the user of the social media. And with that, I would like to restate the stance for our team in which we from the opposition team disagree with the motion because we believe that social media gives benefits to others, to the users, and we would lose its benefits if we continuously blaming them. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you to the Leader of Opposition for the speech. The speaker spoke for 6 minutes and 41 seconds. We shall now hear the speech from the Deputy Prime Minister. The floor is yours.
Hello, am I audible? Yes. All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening I bid to the educators, precise timekeepers, my precious opponents, as well as the members of the floor. Now, before I lay down my arguments, I want to restate our mechanism or the government side mechanism when we want, as a solution to liability the social media, several information should be taken to ensure the effectiveness. So firstly, if one sees the spreading of fake news and misinfo going around in the social media without the social media itself making little to no effort to prevent them getting more spread, and this is the indicator on what makes them liable. So I move on to my rebuttals for the leader of the opposition when she stated that we want to ban the social media totally. So ma'am, we do not want to ban the social media. We do not say that we want to ban the social media. We want them to take responsibility for the misinformation and fake news distribution in their platform. So, and when she stated that she want to, we can build or create a joint hand of another team to help this platform from distributing fake news. Ma'am, we do not have to build another team because we do not know its effectiveness and its sufficiency of the new team built. Now, I would I would rebut more the points given by the leader of the opposition in my argument. Now I move on to my first argument, which is these social media platforms have the power to block the fake news or misinformation or the false content itself, because this is back to what the leader of the opposition said about joining hands to stop this false information. This is why we label this we want to label this fake news to them, because they have all the social media platforms have the policies to stop, or what we say the community guidelines to stop the spreading of the misinformation and fake news. But the problem is that the false content still spread globally. So it shows that these social media platforms take these issues lightly. So we need to understand that social media is a primary source, like what my prime minister said. It's not only for entertainment, but information as well as the news distribution. Now the social media also have the now I move on. I want to give the examples of the Facebook when the Facebook was sued for deceptive practices on disinformation on their platform. Now a lawsuit by Reporters Without Borders says company allows disinformation and hate speech to flourish. It means that the Facebook itself, they have the policies of not letting the content or the false content from spreading, but they take these policies lightly. So the Facebook has failed to live up to its promises of creating a safe and error-free online environment, according to a new lawsuit filed by the Press Freedom Not for-profit Reporters Without Borders. There is one thing about the Facebook to cater the mechanism given by the the leader of the opposition. Now I move on to my second argument, which is this social media promotes unqualified citizens journalism. So unlike the traditional news platform or news distributions, social media platform allows people without professional journalistic background or without no qualifications to share whatever they want to share, regardless of the news or whatever it takes in this content of fake news. So they have the ability to write anything or to write about everything they want, as it is limitless to them to write on social media. Now, compared to the traditional news distributor, when the only qualified people, like we say the example of the broadcasting time of the news when we are on the television, the only qualified people or the reporters needs to filter the news and needs to approve the news before publishing it. But with social media, these citizens just keep reposting the fake news, which are likely to spread wider globally, as they are faster than those traditional news distributions. Now, as an example, the citizens, as an example, there was once, I think, couple of weeks or months ago, when the citizen was freaked out when they heard and see the news of the COVID-19 cases that surpassed the 20,000 cases. But later, the Ministry of Health stated that the news was wrong, or it is fake. See how this social media give ability to the irresponsible consumers to deliver or spread the fake news. This is proof. This is the proof that the social media hold as the primary source or the main source of the fake news distribution, which can lead to many more harm things to the people. So the citizens who heard of this fake news harm things to the people, or the citizen who heard of this fake news. So this is why we believe from the government side that social media is the primary cause of fake news or misinformation distribution. So this is why we want to implement the law of when as the motion stated that this house would make social media platform liable for the spread of this misinformation and fake news basically because they promote unqualified citizen journalism, as well as they took the policies lightly, as well as they are the primary source of today's news distributions. Now, with that, I reaffirm my stand, which is we from the government side, we strongly stand with the motions today, which is this house would this house would make social media platform liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. With that, I've never been proud to propose. Thank you.
Thank you to the Deputy Prime Minister for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, I would like to call upon Deputy Leader of Opposition to deliver her speech. The floor is yours.
Am I audible? Kejap. Allah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, so I would like to, I'm sorry. I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and to the members of the floor. So today we are actually debating about our motion, which is this house would make social media platform liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. All right. So before I restate my first leader of opposition's point, I would like to rebut some of the points given by the Prime Minister and also the Deputy Prime Minister of the government side. Okay, they have been trying to talk about how the fake news about the number of cases during the COVID-19 has actually arisen among the citizens, and have actually freaked out the citizens when they actually found out that it is actually not the real numbers. But I would like to ask them, from where do you think that you know the real exact number other than social media? Because we all know that we nowadays we know the exact number and the data from the Instagram or also the Twitter of the Ministry of Health themselves. They use the social media platform to spread the news of or the data on the number of the COVID-19 cases. And also nowadays we know about the vaccination data. They have been actively using Twitter and Instagram to rely to the citizens of Malaysia and also the world on how many of the numbers. All right. So moving on to, I would like to recap some of my first speakers. My first speaker, she has been talking about how by actually labeling the social media could actually make them feel discouraged to continue the social media platform, and also how that the social media are actually the one who is responsible for the entertainment and communication purpose only. Okay, so I would explain this more on my first point. So moving on to my first point, which is social media. The main purpose of social media is to keep in touch with people and build network. All right, so we need to understand what is the main purpose of doing social media in the first place. Why are we doing the social media? So the main purpose of doing the social media in the first place is to let people keep in touch and build network among themselves, not only in Malaysia or not only with friends, but also internationally and also with a wider audience. All right. So I would like to give us an analogy where, okay, we have a hotel manager, not a hotel manager, I'm sorry, a hotel leader, a person who does hotel management. They have not, we know that hotel have many rooms, all right? They have many rooms and there are many branches for successful hotels. So they provide, what do hotels provide? They provide a place for people to sleep a night over. So if suddenly one person did commit suicide in one of the rooms in the hotels, do you think that the person who should be held responsible is the hotel manager itself? Do you think it is logic for us to blame when they are actually trying to do good deeds, which is trying to giving a place to sleep for people and also other benefits, but we are actually trying to drag them down by actually trying to blame them for the mistake that they are not even responsible for. Like social media, it is not even their problems to think about how the fake news spread, because like my first speaker talk, they are only responsible for the entertainment and communication purpose. We need to understand that that is most important. All right. So moving on to my next point is which is why are we trying to oppose this to this motion? Because we want to stop the spread of misinformation and fake news immediately. We need to understand this because like the government have been talking about, they want to stop the spread of fake news by actually labeling the social media. We are actually looking at different POVs and different kind of thinking. Where do you think does this fake news actually begin with? It actually begins with one people who are trying to spread the fake news by themselves. All right. So do you think it is logic for us to blame the social media for them? I mean, if we keep on blaming the social media and keep on fining them for not taking responsibility, like government said, on their users, don't you think that the users themselves would feel like they have the right to continue spreading the fake news, the fake news? They would not feel guilty of spreading the fake news. I mean, they may know that it is not true, but it is not good to spread fake news. But in the same time, they are not being held responsible for that, right? They are doing the mistake, but somebody else is taking the blame for them. It is even logic, like like the teacher, like an analogy, maybe the friend is doing the mistake, but the people surrounding him is the one who should be blamed. Is it even logic? Like, we should be pinpointing the right person to begin with. So also I think that this could also lead to other future problems, where maybe the kids nowadays, they would see this spread of fake news are not being curbed by not blaming and not holding the person who are spreading the fake news responsible. They would actually try to spread the fake news, because we know that people who are spreading the fake news are the one they are getting the fame. They are getting famous, and people are following them because, oh my god, it is going viral. It is going viral. So they would think that it's actually fun and because they are not getting responsible, right? The social media itself are getting responsible because they should be held responsible, like the government said. So they would think that it is actually right and it's okay. They are not going to get blamed. They don't have to pay any fee, and they don't have to they don't have to be penalized by doing that kind of actions. So that is why we as the opposition team believe that social media actually gives a lot of benefits to us and to us and the users, and we would lose all of it if we keep on blaming them. With that, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you to the Deputy Leader of Opposition for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Now, I would like to call upon Government Whip to deliver his speech. The floor is yours.
Hi, I'm audible. Hello, testing. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Social networks aren't about websites, they're about experience. And today's experience, unfortunately, in social media is very, very negative. Good evening to the adjudicators, to the timekeeper, and members of the floor, and also the audience. So first of all, I would like to reassert that we as the government, we of the government support the motion that the House would make social media platforms liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. And in my speech, I will furthermore elaborate my other speakers, my allies' points, and I will also rebut the points given by the opposition about how they do not understand the motion today, about how they do not understand the speeches given by the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, about how they blatantly ignore our points and blatantly ignore our proposals for this current motion. And so, first of all, the opposition leader proposed that we form a joint effort to combine many organizations and groups. And this has been touched by our Deputy Prime Minister. I would also like to elaborate more. They said, specifically said that the joint effort should be formed by the government, the social media platforms, and also third-party groups. And they said hackers. I heard them say hackers. Hackers are people who illegally take people's information and spread them as well. And this is illegal. This can charges can be pressed against them either with state laws or federal laws. Are you trying to make us collaborate with criminals to catch other criminals? The ends does not justify the means. Because this is clearly a breach of privacy, a breach of human rights. And then for this also for this thing, it is quite far-reaching. Even though we catch the people who spread the information is still spread. The damage is still done. The opposition does not explain how the social media would curb this misinformation immediately and stop the spread of fake news at its root without affecting the other users. And then they also said that we are trying to ban social media. Their first point, we are trying to ban social media and and it will essentially make social media shut down. We never said that. We never tried to ban social media. We never tried to shut down social media. We are trying to force to ensure that the social media take liability, take responsibility for their actions, to adhere with their privacy policies, that to adhere to their consumer policies, that as has been stated by our Deputy Prime Minister. And another point stated by the opposition leader is that they stated that social media is responsible for entertainment and social purposes. Thank you for helping us get to our point. They're saying that it is for social purposes, and social purposes, what is part of social purposes? Sending information, sending details, sending news to our close friends and family, and this without supervision can harm people, can cause many misinformation, like chain messages that send this to other people, send it to 5 other people you know, to have good luck or to spread more awareness. We know about that. We know that most of these chain messages are fake, causing more harm to our society. And going to the deputy leader of opposition, again, there is a concern about us banning social media. We are not banning social media. We are not advocating the ban of social media. We are just asking them to take liability, to take responsibility. We are probably gonna find them, going to find them, and according to the law, and create new laws to make the social media control or curb the spread of misinformation in their platforms. And this would will hopefully discourage the fake, and this would hopefully encourage the social media platforms to enforce more strict countermeasures to fake news, to spread of misinformation. And then the deputy leader of opposition kept repeat the point given by. Kept repeating the points given by the opposition leader without adding anything to it. So I don't understand why she did that. And then they kept acknowledging that it is a place that that social media is a place to spread information, and this is where the harm is happening. The unsupervised spread of information, which will likely cause misinformation to happen. And then they also likened social media to hotels, providing place for people to sleep. Hotels are accommodations of social media, are platform for communication. It is not the same thing. I will give you an example of a same thing. News stations. When there are reporters or news stations that have been caught spreading misinformation, the reporter will be fined. The reporter will be caught, will be handled according to the law, and the network station will do public apologizing to everyone, and will impose more strict countermeasures to spread of misinformation. That is a better way to show the similarities between social media and the real world. And they're saying that there are other irrelevant points given by the deputy leader of opposition that I believe are not worth to be mentioned here. So with that, I would like to reassert that that the House would make social media platforms liable for their spread of misinformation and fake news. And with that, I have never been prouder to propose. Thank you.
Thank you to the government whip for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes and 22 seconds. We shall now hear the speech from the opposition whip. The floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Wait. Okay. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Okay. No. I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, both sides, the government side and the opposition side, we have the same objective, which is we want to curb this misleading information and the fake news to spread around the world by using the social media platform. But we, from the opposition side, we believe that the reason why we didn't want the social media platform to be reliable to this, because we believe that the social media itself has the benefit to the user, and if we keep on blaming them and put charge on them, we will lose the benefit itself. So moving on to the rebuttal for the points given by the government side. So the government side already have mentioned about how the social media at the first place have the policy and the community guideline to the user for them to use in order to help to curb any misleading information that occur to happen in the social media platform. Here we can see that the social media platform have the effort in order to curb this thing at the first place. And you need to know that why they're doing this at the first place, because they know the problem, the misleading information and the fake news problem came from the user itself. It's not them. So but then they already give the alternative, which is other people who think that the message or the content is misleading, they can inform it in order to curb it from spreading widely. So that's why our mechanism from our side, that we need to join up with the government in order to know whether this fake news or this misleading information, is it true, misleading, and etc. Because if the other user keep reporting the content that say this is misleading and etc. So how at the first place they would know? This also relates to their point, which is how the COVID cases number nowadays are always being fake. Are always being fake. That is it's reached like 20,000 and above, but actually on that day it's not. And how they know is because the Ministry of the Health itself are the one who mentioned that that's wrong at the first place. So if we put the blame to the social media platform at the first place, without knowing that they already have the effort in order to curb this, are you think that this is a very don't you think that this is a very not effective and justice to the social media platform itself? So, okay, so next is, they also said that the social media platform is the one who promote the uncertified journalists in order to share anything they want on the social media platform. First, you need to know, both sides agree that the social media platform is a platform that we can communicate and share anything. This, we cannot include the thing that the experience, the opinion of other people at the first place, because we both sides agree that this is the place where we share and a thing that we experience at first place. How can you sure that how can the social media platform be sure that the thing that they share as a story of themselves is a bad things, and then when people reporting it, the social media platform is the one who gonna take the blame? I don't think that is very logic, ladies and gentlemen. So because of that, it will make the purpose of social media, the social media itself will lose the benefit, the purpose and the benefit of it. And at the end of the day, people would, I'm sorry. So the next thing is, they also stated that how they are going to make
Please.
social media platform liable to them if by going to find them and etc. That's what we already stated before. Yes, we are going to find them when we know that the social media platform give the permission or give them to make to spread those misleading content.
Excuse me, POI, please.
I'm sorry. Wait. So here, what about the user, that the one who spread the news at the first place? The government side didn't give any alternative on how this user will take the blame, since they also the one who do this wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So by that what my team already stated before, the objective to curb this misleading information and fake news did not accomplish, ladies and gentlemen, because your side think that they need to cater this problem by doing their job properly, by no, when the issue is fake, and they should really just move, just take the next action. But actually, besides doing that, they also need to they also need to join up with the one who know that whether the news is true or not, in order to make their work effective. That's what we bring from the opposition, what we bring here, the opposition side. So without I end my speech, let me summarize what we, the opposition side, want to our case. First of all, as we stated before, we know that this social media give lots of benefits, since some people find the money and side income using this, and some people using this platform to show their interest, since it's the one of the platform that open for them to show their true talent. So we can see that this social media, we can see that we cannot fully liable the social media, since it is their purpose. They have their own purpose, which is to help people to keep in touch and build network in order to improve themselves. And also, we believe that by our mechanism that I have stated before, we can stop the spread of the misinformation and fake news immediately, more effective than the government side. So without ending my speech, let me repeat my stand, which is because we believe that the social media give benefit to the user, and we would lose if we keep liable on them and blaming on them. With that, I beg to oppose. Thank you.
Thank you to the opposition whip for the speech. The speaker spoke for 7 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, both of the government and opposition are being given 1 minute to prepare their reply speech. The 1 minute starts from now. Time is up. I call upon the speaker from the opposition side to deliver their reply speech. The floor is yours.
I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, so today we have been trying to talk about this motion which goes, this house would make social media platforms liable for the spread of misinformation and fake news. Right. So let me just sum up my team case, which we have been proving. We have been stating our main purpose on why this motion should be rejected, because we want to stop the spread of misinformation and fake news immediately, and also we want to state that the social media purpose is to keep in touch with people and to build network in whether internationally or also in Malaysia. All right. So the best case scenario that could happen if this motion is rejected is we can actually solve the problems of spreading the fake news immediately, because we are trying to get the people who are actually spreading the fake news by themselves to be held responsible and pay fees and be fined by themselves. And with that, we can, like I said, we can curb this spreading of fake news immediately. All right. If we see on the long run, the government side, they said that they want to investigate one by one of the fake news and what's so on. In the long run, the fake news, we know that it cannot be curbed because the fake news keep on increasing day by day. So the number of fake news spread would stack up in the long run. So the effectiveness of the mechanism given by the government team is actually decreases day by day. And also we, the opposition side, have proved the urgency for the social media platform to not be held responsible for the spread of fake news and misinformation, because we have been proving that by actually not libeling the social media for the spread of fake news and what's so on, the spread of fake news cannot be are not solved, right? So like the government has been talking about, the government has actually failed to prove that by blaming the social media platform, it could actually curb the fake news spread in the future, because like how are they going to curb the fake news? Like are they going to like I'm sorry, are they going to abolish or stop the usage of social media? Because they have been talking about they should be libeling and fining the social media by themselves. So I think it is not very effective. So that is why I want to restate our stand, the opposition side, which is we believe that social media actually gives us many benefits that we could actually use for us as the users, and we can also and if we keep on blaming them and putting the blame on them, the social media platform and the developers of the social media, it could actually be lost to us as the users, and also we could lose all of the benefit that we can actually use from the social media itself, because we know everybody nowadays, not everybody is using social media, and it has been a trend on this worldwide, not only in Malaysia. With that, I rest my case. Thank you.
Now, to conclude, let's welcome the speaker from the government side to give their reply speech.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last speech of the side of the house. In this speech, I am going to prove what are the lackings from the opposition side and how our side brought up the case and tackled the motion better. My reply speech will be in two folds, which is first, why they are wrong, and second, why we are right, and hence we'll prove to you why our side should win. So firstly, I'm going to highlight the flaws from the opposition side. Yeah. So the opposition side didn't properly pay attention to our mechanism. Let me explain again how our mechanism played, but I will give an analogy, true analogy, and imagine yourself in it, in this situation. Imagine yourself as one of the netizens, seeing a fake news spreading while knowing that it is a fake news, and you would ask yourself, why is this news still here? So this is where the social media should be responsible. This is where the social media should use their authority and their power to take down the fake news and the misinformation. This is because social media has their own system on taking care of their users, like the community guidelines. They can take down the post and do so much thing about it to make sure that the news won't spread again. We are trying to enforce the law on the social media that their users' rights to the social media that took their users' rights so lightly, and they should improve on that, making sure that fake news could be curbed as soon as possible. So hence, making the government team decide that solve the problem of fake news and misinformation better than the opposition side. Next, they didn't engage to the motion properly, which they are saying benefits of the social media throughout their speeches. And yes, we agree to that. But please see what the debate is driving into. We on our side, we don't ban and deny the benefits of social media, and we we see and celebrate the fact that social media is the mainstream of this spreading. So we never say that we are banning. We never say that social media is not giving any benefits to the other. And we are actually agreeing on that. They continuously say we should have we should label the ones who spread. Okay, actually, on our side, we are labeling the ones who spread the fake news, not the they say that we should label the ones who spread the fake news, not the social media. However, my dear opponent, the work to reprimand the fake news, the users that spreading the fake news comes to the social media. The social media is the one that is doing the work to find the fake news and to find those who are spreading the fake news, because they have the power to take it down and reprimand the account. So if the social media did do their role, we are labeling them then. At the same time, giving the netizens warning and blocking them from the social media, hence giving them the awareness on how severe fake news and misinformation is to all stakeholders. Because those individuals who is aware and know the consequences of fake news won't dare to spread false information, as they don't want to be banned from the social media. So they also didn't give a clear solution to how their side could bring up the case better. They keep on saying about the benefits here and there, and their arguments didn't correlate with each other. Thus shows that the opposition side failed to bring up the case as they should. Instead, we bring up the case better. So on our side, we are already proving the burden of proof coming from our side, which is we are proving by labeling the social media, the fake news can be curbed little by little, step by step. And secondly, but we are proving that by doing this method could help the realization of the greatness impact of fake news to the society. And thirdly, how by doing this method could help creating a positive environment in the digital world. So that is why our house should win. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all of the speakers. That is all for this round's debate session. On behalf of the House, I would like to thank all of the adjudicators for your assistance, and also congratulations to all of the debaters for your performance. By that, that's the end for this session, and you may